a lot more to show you today. Believe it or not.
I know what to do next. The girl fight.
What
or
is the
Kanye?
girl fight? What's the girl fight?
Whitney.
Ooh, the girl fight is pretty fucking good.
I know.
The Kanye thing, guys, I wouldn't be so excited about this Kanye thing again.
I mean, there's too much Kanye stuff to even cover, so I just put in the parts where Joe was being stupid.
Still a lot of stuff. We could show you an inch or two. I said this at the beginning of the show.
It'll still be fun.
Kanye West was on Joe Rogan. Now, this could be exciting for a show like Red Bar, or it could be shit. You know, I remember we did a live watch, I believe. Was it when Elon Musk was on Joe Rogan? We said, we got to see this live. It was some big event. And we ended up watching live, like we had the cameras on and we watched live. And because you can't pause, you can't say anything, you're basically just watching a show play out.
Wasn't it Kanye and SNL maybe that we did that one time?
Could have been something. I know we've done a bunch there. So the live watch, in theory, sounds like a lot of fun, but when you can't pause or say anything, you can't really talk. And every time you go to talk, you're going to like, am I stepping on something? So the Joe Rogan Kanye thing was more of a listen. And I listened. And again, I've heard Kanye. So I can't even judge this properly. The first time ever here on Red Bar. I've heard Kanye say these things. Multiple times over and over again to the point where I want to delete his songs and burn the T-shirts. Okay, but I believe they will be collectibles. I'll feel bad about that one day. And I always hope that there is some part of Kanye still in there that hasn't been affected by this Alzheimer's disease. And there's a lot of split here. A lot of people, they love what Kanye had to say. Again, I've heard it blah, 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 so many times that I go, we got it. Great stuff. Joe Rogan was too scared to really do anything. I mean, it was just like with Elon Musk. He's nervous. He doesn't want to fuck this up more than anything, so he was very safe. We'll show you some of Joe's worst moments. No coverage really here of Kanye. Kanye was the same Kanye we've seen for 13 years, except he didn't get mad.
I know.
And didn't fight. That's why enough with these screwballs where it's like, what's Kanye doing? Oh my God, I hate him so much. Look at how he's treating people. That's the reason it's in the news, bitch. It's not fun when Kanye West just has an appropriate conversation with no highs or lows. That's called a boring conversation. And the two of them went very out of their way to make sure this was safe. You couldn't cut anything. Kanye was right. There's no sound bites from this. I mean, Kanye's had more exciting interviews on The Breakfast Club. He's had more exciting interviews with who's that big fat fuck who lost a bunch of weight? Big Boy. And Nick Cannon. Even his interview with Nick Cannon was better than this. So as somebody who's seen every Kanye interview, this was one of the worst. All right. It was the longest. I thought, oh, for sure, come hour number 2, we're going to see a side of Kanye.
I mean, I enjoy every Kanye interview.
Of course, you're a girl. You're just doing it as a fan. I'm talking about as far as Red Bar level excitement.
Exactly.
There's very little of it here. The idea was, let's see Joe screw up. Let's see Kanye get mad at Joe. That was what I hope that's what you were interested in, too. I have no interest in, I hope they get along and it's a thrilling, mesmerizing conversation for the minds. Guys, this is Joe Rogan and Kanye West, two of Earth's dumbest human beings. That's what I believe. I know people think Kanye's a genius. Anyone with that much nerve could come off as a genius. It's very good. There's no secret code to Kanye, though. And the more you listen to his stuff, the more you realize he's been repeating the same 4 theories for about 11 years. Hasn't really added much to them and is pretty downright retarded at the end of the day. I'm a big fan of it. But you don't got to pretend, there's some secret thing happening and he's decoding the Earth's philosophy and unwinding the devil's truths. It's just not happening. He's a psycho. And he should be heavily medicated. And you had Joe Rogan pandering to him for 3 hours and getting by the skin of his teeth. And also treating him like a downright dog.
They treat Kanye like he's a straight up
They talk to Kanye
5-year-old.
like he's literally a dog that they're adopting.
Like he is crazy, but he's not. Like he understands what you're saying. They talk to him like they talk to like a Ugandan guy.
Well,
like,
I mean,
like this is the color red
because you never know.
This is the color blue.
Yeah, they treat him like a retard, and it's like You know, it would have been nice. The Joe Rogan interview would have been nice had Joe Rogan known a thing about Kanye. You know, part of the problem is, especially if you're a Kanye fan, you want somebody who's going to interview him and ask him these things that we're all wondering that we've never heard. Joe did none of that. He barely even spoke. He asked about 4 questions, I think, the entire time. And most of them are about, now, if you were president, how would you deal with the, the immigration issues of Moscow and Saddam's? Or guys, like, we don't need to hear Kanye come up with his plan to, revise the Middle East in the 4th quarter of presidency or whatever the fuck he's talking about. He's not going to be president. I want to hear about the Kanye stuff that no one's ever gotten to sit down for 3 hours for an interview. Here's your chance to pull out some of that Kanye stuff. But Joe doesn't even know the lines to one Kanye song. I thought it'd be funny to go, oh yeah, Joe, why don't you name one song? You know that? Like, wouldn't it be funny if Kanye was like, oh yeah, sing one lyric? And then Joe was like, out of nowhere, Joe goes, and everyone thinks he's got nothing. And then out of nowhere, Joe does this. Go to suicide doors up. I threw suicides on the tour bus. I threw suicides on the private jet. You know what that mean? I'm fly to death. Most rappers' waist level ain't at my waist level. Turn the bass up till it's up in your face level. Imagine if Joe did that. That'd be amazing. But Joe knows nothing. He doesn't even know. I think he thinks Gold Digger is like the latest song.
Yes.
So,
I mean, it's very clear that he's never listened to Kanye talk before ever. We'll show you that.
When Kanye was like, Jesus is king, was mastered. It wasn't like Jesus. It wasn't like throne. And Joe was like, throne. And yes, Jesus is your nickname, I assume. So it was a bad person to do Kanye West's first long form interview. And in fact, if you were a Kanye fan, you were cheated out of a lot of moments that you're never going to get Kanye to sit down for 3 hours like that ever again.
Like, so the whole Kanye Reddit was like, did he ask him about Donda? Did he ask him about the album? It's like, Joe doesn't even know.
Joe don't even know that Kanye does albums. So we'll show you some of our favorite clips.
But like I said, I didn't pick out any of the funny Kanye stuff because it's like the whole thing. And
this isn't about Kanye. This is about JRE, the powerful one here. We don't care about no Kanye. We just want to see Joe make errors. He didn't make errors. It's a living. It's a living. Some days you get nothing, but then you still get listeners going, oh, my, I can't wait till Mike tears this apart. Minute for minute. It's like, there was nothing there. Let's calm down, okay? Nothing really there to tear apart. So this is where you're going to see the beginning, the nervous beginnings. Let's check it out. And we got some, Joe treated him again like a dog. I think my thesis is that Joe treats black people like apes. That's where I'm going with here. There was no difference than watching, like, There Will Be 12 Years a Slave to this. It just seemed like I was watching a scene from that. Joe, of course, treating Kanye like a no-good slave. That's all I saw. So I'll show you some of those parts, and wait till you hear what Joe says at the end of this interview. It's going to be sick. I poo-poo this. Still going to be very funny. Here we go. Joe Rogan and Kanye to the
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast
Jay Leno.
by night.
Jay Leno. That's Jay Leno saying that. Here we go.
Hello, Mr. West. What's up? What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Good seeing you too.
So here he is, and that purple hoodie, of course. You got guys saying this. I hate to say this to you guys. Dude, he's charging $160 for that hoodie on his site. I could get the same thing for $5 at Walmart. You can't. All right.
Look at how cozy it is.
You don't know anything about luxury. This is luxury. That is a Yeezy hoodie. It's this custom shape, custom fabric, custom color. While you assume that you could buy a hoodie like this at Walmart, please go to Walmart and take a look.
I know,
okay?
Literally for
we got to get over this. $160 for clothes. Yes, you're just kind of showing. The $160 is not even that high for clothes.
I've been meaning to bring this up. I see that all the time on posts with people's clothes.
I'm sorry.
there's at least one comment that goes about any type of clothing thing where they're like, you can get this at Walmart or Target for this price.
For $4.
I would just once like someone to show me the thing that I can get for $5. I've never
They don't
seen
go to Target.
this.
Target is an expensive store
But
to these
go to
people.
Instagram and look at any type of post about
$35. Are they nuts? But they never know who to say that to. Like, it would make sense if you said that to James Charles with his cheap ass sister's hoodie. There you go. But they never do it to him.
No.
They always do it to Kanye. $160. Yeah, it's like a very luxury hoodie. It's top of the line hoodie.
Look at it. It looks so expensive and fluffy.
Now, still. But they don't even know that there's hoodies that, like, off-white hoodies are like $600. Do you know that?
That is expensive.
That's what you should be making fun of. Vetements are $1,200 for the hoodies. So, yeah, we're living in a world where about $100 is, $80 to $100 is your premium hoodie. And then your premium luxury hoodie, they're not very luxury. But
and do you ever see expensive comments on stuff that, like, isn't expensive at all? I got to start keeping a blog of this. Like, sometimes there'll be somebody that'll post like something for like $16.99, like a t-shirt, and then there'll be a comment that's like, as if people have $16.99.
$16.99? Are you insane? I can get like one Popeyes 8-piece.
Like, no matter what the item is, you'll find some.
Cheers,
kind of
everybody.
comment about how it's too
We're very.
expensive.
Listen, we're elite now. We're off. We don't know how little people have to spend. And that's still a lot for a hoodie. We're not saying it's not a lot for a hoodie, but we're past the point of, are you $160 for a hoodie that I can get at Home Depot? Stop.
Look at, and this guy goes,
Here it comes. Cheers, everybody.
this guy says to you, this is what a person has to say to you, Mike. ... But that is a Walmart hoodie. It's Champion brand.
It's not. And Champion brand isn't Walmart anymore.
But also, it's not. It's clearly
And it's not. It's you could buy this at I believe it's Kanye 2020 Country or something like that. Kanye's official site for president. And on the back, there's a tag there that says Kanye 2020 Vision. And this is an official Yeezy/election. I hit it. I ordered this 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
It's on the way. I paid $160 for it, so I hope it's good. I hope it's not Walmart. Right? You'll see me wearing this.
But also, Kanye does have a lot of shitty ripoff merch.
Yes.
But this isn't that.
No.
Tell.
Like, you could complain about the Donda shirt that I bought, which is a Gildan shirt. Now, that's a $1 shirt that you could get at Walmart. Kanye West sold that to me for $65. But it did have an airbrushed picture of his dead mother on it, who was black. So who's the real winner as far as value for the money? I would say me. Right? I'll take an airbrushing of a dead black woman on a shirt. That changes the shirt from 30 cents to $1 million to me. So would you like to see some of these clips here? Now that we got that elite hoodieism stuff out of the way. Let's go to 2750. No, I hate this part. I'm not doing it.
Okay, go to 5530.
Because everybody, that's where they'll pull it up. 5530. Joe pretends, or you got to read these to me. My eyes have gone.
So this segment is where Joe pretends that Kanye is fine and doesn't need to be on meds at all, and that it's crazy that anyone would tell him that he's mentally ill.
Yes. Okay. So, and again, it's like, just because Kanye said, I'm bipolar on his album, doesn't mean you can just investigate every corner of his mind and strip him down. Joe Rogan has friends. He would never question Joey Diaz. Hey, what pills are you on? Hey, Whitney, what pills are you on? But when Kanye's around, again, we treat him like a what? A black dog. A rotten old dog back when dogs were not that interesting to people. Here you go.
And strategize. There's criminals all over everyone's almost accounts in the music industry. It's not a safe place. It's a treacherous place. So
filled with money. As soon as things are filled with money, they're filled with people that are trying to take advantage.
Okay, and Joe, Kanye West is a fashion house. He's sitting across from one of the top fashion houses. Sold at Barney's luxury stores. You'll find Yeezy wherever luxury clothes are sold. Believe it or not, with those holes. Joe decided to put on his $12 Henley from Target's very own Morona brand. I mean, look at what Joe decided to wear. Out of all the clothes, you couldn't just throw on a sweatshirt or something that Kanye would respect. First of all, you make Kanye come into the Red Room, which he wanted to redesign, but then remembered that he doesn't want to put in any work into anything. So he comes to the Red Room. He sees these seams that look like they're made out of spray-painted cardboard, to be honest, glued on. And then you wear this cheap, thin, 4-ounce, $6 Target Merona Massimo Henley with these 3 buttons that I wouldn't use if the main button of my bar mitzvah pants got lost and the seamstress said, this is all we got. I'd say, fuck it. I'd rather walk with my pants around my ankles than fix my pants with one of these cheapo buttons. This is luxury. And made Kanye West look into the eyes of the shirt. Kanye hasn't had to look at a shirt like this in 15 years.
It's actually no wonder that he was spazzing a little bit because he hasn't had to look at something this ugly.
Size small, you got it right. This is from the juniors department across from the men's section at Target.
And looking at this combined with the studio itself, he must have been going insane.
Joe, you know how some girls have the walk of shame? Joe has the walk of shame over the aisle. And I'll tell you what that means. When Joe goes through the men's section at Target and realizes it's all too big. And by the way, most of the sizes left are 2X. You ever been to Target, try to find a medium or large? Everything's all over the floor, and it's all a 3XL left or small. Those don't work. So Joe has to go over the aisle. The walk of shame over the aisle into the kids section. Yeah. It's across from the electronics. It's by the fitting rooms. So he pretends, I'm just going to the fitting rooms. No. You grabbing a kid's beanie. You're grabbing a kid's boxers. You're grabbing a kid's shirt. I mean, these are fucking small sizes. It's not far. He once got some outfits from the baby section at Target, next to the cribs. I've never even gone to that section. That's the one section of Target I haven't even looked at because I know there's nothing there for me. There's nothing. I've seen every section.
What about an outfit for your boyfriend, James?
Wow. I'm blushing. Who James is. Shh. Shut up. We got him. So here he is in the Henley. Now, there is not one person who did a 20-minute Henley chunk. Now, does that guy in the car who we showed you earlier, does the Revenge of the Sis fan like the Henley stuff? Is he still here, the Revenge of the Sis fan?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see.
Can we see if he's here? And I want to ask him a serious question.
We should ask him if he likes every segment.
Yes, to gauge. So the Revenge of the Sis fan from earlier, you guys remember him who said that is he here?
Evillian02.
Evillian02. Is the Henley stuff funny to you at all? Or are you going, why is he wasting so much time talking about a shirt? Who cares?
And
let's move on.
We want you to be completely
perfectly honest. We're not going to be mad. This is a real study. We need to know. Do you like the Henley stuff? Do you find any comedy in it? Or do you think I've kind of lost track with the Henley stuff and I'm accidentally covering it because I'm nervous? This is what we want to know. And I'm not asking anybody else if they like the Henley stuff. You better.
He says, I just got back, LOL. Who is Henley?
Wow. And that's absolute. You know what? Whew.
See, isn't he cute?
I could breathe again. Who is Henley, he say? Perfect. We will carry on. Try to just get back after all the clothes stuff I do. Who is Shirt? All right. What did you think about, how about we ask him this? What did you think about the Anthony Cumia house tour? Were you shocked that I was showing such a lavish place? Or did you think that place sucked? Did you think Anthony Cumia's house was really awesome and you would kill for it? Or do you think that's a shithole? I would love to know. You're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. Let's find out what he says.
He's so cute. Every
He's so
single
cute.
thing that he says, it just makes me grin from ear to ear.
Who is Henley? Perfect. He was the singer in the Eagles. This is great market research, so let's see what he says. Yeah, the kid after Jack. Was Kumia's house, were you there for that or were you out? What did you think of the Kumia's house stuff? Was it complete shit that you didn't even know, you thought maybe, or was this something you love?
Kumia tour was funny, he says.
Really?
There you
well,
go.
I'm out of my element. Apologies to all. I can't believe it. Kumia tour was
See,
fun.
I told you he knows what he's talking about.
Because of the Slender Man music. That's how he related to it. I guarantee. Can you turn the heat down?
It's hot.
It's boiling. You're making me look Middle Eastern. The more I sweat, the fatter I look, which we cannot have. Joe, we're going to get to you, you fucking bitch. You're gay and everyone hates you now. The only people who like you are blue checks who do not watch your show. Bradley Martin. You know Bradley Martin, one of Joe's idols because of his size? Every time Joe posts, Bradley Martin goes, oh man, I'm excited for this. 12 million likes. Top comment. That is not allowed. I'm excited for this. Get him, Joe. These are not comments a blue check should make. And if you're liking one of these comments when a blue check is, oh, this is, I can't wait. You didn't need to write, I can't wait. The like implies the impatience. You need to wait, first of all. And I hate these blue checks. I wish you could go hunting for them. Hi, I'd like to hunt the blue checks, the top
hunt.
12 on the hunt, the ones from Joe Rogan's Instagram specifically. Annie Lederman and Bradley Martin and Lex Fridman. Can I hunt you from a helicopter in Texas? Bug Swamp Town. You know, I looked this up. Austin, Texas is on the top 20 cities for mosquitoes. I hope they get eaten alive. I hope they get eaten up. You know? Did your mom ever used to say that to you when you were a kid?
Yeah,
put on some bug spray. You're going to get eaten up. I'm getting eaten up here. Let's go in. I'm getting eaten up. Mm-hmm. That's what my parents would say. And
kids don't notice mosquitoes.
This Austin, Texas, it's like there are more mosquitoes there than there are homeless people in LA. What's worse? A few black people here and there, most of them behind bars in your city, or mosquitoes everywhere. You can't go out with a zzz. My ears. Everywhere you go in your ear sounds like this. You're getting bit up. Your whole legs are dots from the calamine lotion. So let's see. Kanye West and Joe Rogan, I pulled up to hear what was going to happen here.
The meds.
Meds. Here you go.
It's filled with money. Bees come to honey.
Exactly. So they put you on this shit because you were exhausted? What did they put you on?
That's kind of private. He don't know because he's lying.
Ask someone what they're
Here's the thing. Every time Kanye pauses to pray, it is him in his head coming up with a lie. And I say this as a Kanye fan. Kanye fans won't go, oh, every time Kanye takes a second to talk, he's coming up with a lie to bury the last lie. And it doesn't even matter. He's like Trump. He just lies. And this is true. He don't know. He's so out of it in certain ways. Look at his face. You could be a Kanye fan and go, he is a schizo liar. Look at him trying to come up with, how do I get out of this one? Another jam that I'm faced with. And then he'll do whatever he wants to get out of it. And he does this.
You know, I can research. I'm actually forgetting the exact.
Yeah. Let's see if that holds up in court. So he's got to research what he was on, and it's like enough. You know, you're allowed to like his music that you barely know, okay? And think he's a chocolate hellhole mind-wise. Okay, so don't go thinking it's the color of his skin.
Back medication that they had.
But what did it do to you?
The main thing that it did.
Okay, we don't need to hear that. This is about Joe.
59 minutes.
59, bro. That's what Pauly Shore used to 5900?
Yeah.
All right. Pauly Shore used to say that all the time. 59, bro. Must have been talking about this moment.
Will be flawed.
Sure, and it has to go through a bunch of different steps of evolution. It has to evolve and change. So, why did you agree to let them do this to you? Why did you agree to let them medicate you?
Because he threw a weight at the guy's head. You know, Joe Rogan is so pandering in this episode. He's like, I can't believe, oh man, you're another victim of medication. You know,
if anyone has ever needed medication,
it's this guy. Oh, Joe Rogan is like, man, I can't believe they got to you too, huh? They didn't like what you were saying, so they No, they didn't like weights being thrown at the physical trainer. You know, they didn't like when you ran at a man's neck and said, I'll kill you. You know, it was more like that. You needed to be medicated. And look at him. He's like, do I tell him about the weights, or do I let him say that I was just, they didn't like free speech? Watch this. This is so stupid.
Because if that, look, I'm crazy.
Oh, they're saying that was Diddy. No, he did this too. Look it up. When Kanye West was brought into the asylum, when they finally latched him down, limb from limb, latched him to the bed, because he got in a altercation, they call it, with the physical trainer at his home gym. Now, to me, I see a crying, crazy man as 7 people stand there like this, and then he tosses a 5-pound weight at the mirror and misses the guy's head, right? That's what probably happened. Then Kanye... screaming into the back of an ambulance.
They did say that he was handcuffed in the ambulance.
Okay, listen to that. And it had something to do with a home gym. Look at this guy. Who gives a shit, they say. Do you want to get killed? Who gives a shit? This is a huge, huge thing. So Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan's pretending it's like they're giving Adderall to a kid who doesn't have ADD or something. Like it's... Man, they really, you really got wrapped up in the pharmaceutical nonsense, huh?
For sure. But if someone came to me and go, hey, we're going to put you on some medication, that medication is going to calm you down, I'd be like, everything I do is because I'm not calm.
Whoa! Joe's trying to pretend that, oh, I'm a medicated fool, too. And Kanye's like, I don't really listen when other people talk. And then Joe keeps having to say things, so he starts burying himself into this. It's like, who is this version of Joe? He's like, oh, I love the Bible, and I love what you're doing with homemade church. Oh, I've always loved it.
Everything that I've ever done that's made me successful is because I have more energy. Is because I have a wildness. Like, I'm not calming that down. Like, I know how to calm myself down.
You're just like
Kanye. I can
Kanye.
self-medicate with exercise and meditation and marijuana and a bunch of different things, but I'm not gonna take some medication.
You're telling Kanye's like, well, the top doctors in the world tell me I really need this medication. You're telling me I don't need it. Look at him. He's like, if Joe only knew what I've done, trust me, okay, exercise and meditation is gonna help me. So he's like, I'm not gonna even tell him, but sometimes I think real dark thoughts.
Moves anything that's unique. With you and all these wild ideas that come to your head, like very few people could string together these thoughts the way you're describing them today. If somebody asked me if there's anything wrong with him, I'm like, he's filled with awesome. Like,
Joe! Is something wrong with Kanye? I'd say, yeah, he's filled with awesome.
And also another thing that kept
filled
happening.
With awesome. Wait, I didn't even catch that the first time. Filled with awesome? Are you gay now? You panderment nothing.
Kanye kept on saying,
filled with awesome.
When I speak, it's like a symphony because there's so many different ideas at once. Just one of the Kanye things he says. And then for the rest of the episode, Joe kept on being like,
yes.
Thank you for that
Joe will
symphony.
Be like, Joe will be like, so when you go on these rants, I'm sorry, symphonies, there are symphonies. What you do is a symphony. What you do is a symphony. It's bigger than a symphony. It's the symphony at the Oscars. Your rants are so much like art. Joe, what have you become? Do you see what I mean here? If people said Kanye West is crazy, I'd be like, yeah, crazy because he is too awesome. Am I doing this right, Kanye? Shut up, Joe.
ideas that come to your head. Like very few people could string together these thoughts the way you're describing them today. If somebody asked me if there's anything wrong with him, he's filled with awesome. Like what's wrong with that? If you can keep that together, what you just did, the way you just described, reimagining civilization, reimagining church, reimagining the food supplies, there's nothing bad about that.
Yeah, well, there is something bad about it, according to every family and friend I have.
Now, see, this is more of what shows how Joe doesn't understand Kanye at all.
Yeah.
All this stuff that he's talking about. So Joe thinks that Kanye came on here and was like, we are going to reimagine the domes and give a dome to each kid for lunch. And Joe has never heard Kanye say anything like that before. So he's going, oh my God, when people hear this guy's ideas, they're going to flip. Like he's doing that right now where he goes, if people could hear what you're saying, they would totally understand you're a genius.
And we're like, we've heard
this. He doesn't realize that the things that Kanye are saying is the reason that everyone
is sick of him. And yeah, it's like, we got it. But also, can you tighten up for a second? All right, what's our next time code?
Okay, this is, you can go to 11940.
And then you have like racists out there that are like, why are we even letting this monkey speak? It's like, no, that's not what we're saying.
No, we love him.
No, we still love him. He's retarded. That doesn't mean he's gone ape. They want to see me go ape. What time?
11940.
Wow.
And this is the finale of the Medication trilogy.
Okay, let's see this. Joe Rogan, out of his league.
Is being stolen by people that don't deserve it. So if you have some record executives, if you have some people that you know have looped you into a fuck.
Instead of record, he goes, if you have like record executives. Record? He got tricked into saying record instead of record because Kanye West was doing so much. You notice Kanye West has fully turned the THs to Fs.
How much the earth costs.
So it's been 20 years of him slowly switching over every TH to F. Instead of earth, it's earth. But he used to only do it with some words, and now he's finally completed his conversion, and now every TH is an F sound. This has taken him 23 years to finish. I think he's finally done. I don't think he left one TH as is in this episode. You heard stuff like birth, earth. Instead of thirst, he said first. He was all over the place trying to get this new dialect absolutely perfect. And then Joe started biting him, which is what a fool would do when intimidated and being beta-cucked. Let's hear him say record industry.
Know that your money is being stolen by people that don't deserve it. So if you have some record executive.
Well, he said it. Record executive. Yo, what up? It's me, Joe Rogan. I hate these record executives always stealing my masters. That's his new persona. All right, we jump ahead here?
No, you haven't got to it
we
yet.
haven't even got to it. Here you go, a twofer.
If you have some people that you know have looped you into a fucked up deal and they're making millions while you're making thousands, that fucks with your head.
Yeah,
it just does.
Makes you worry, makes you stress, gives you anxiety.
It eats at you.
It could drive you crazy.
Yeah, it could drive you crazy. Yeah. So I still don't understand how they talked you into medication. Man.
Oh my God. I don't understand why you even needed to be on medication.
Kanye instantly wilts.
Kanye is like, come on, man. Everybody know why I need every pill. I can't even humor you with this. I don't even know why you needed medication. I can't believe they scammed you into that. I wish I could agree with you, but I understand now that you are stupid and no. See, this is the thing about Kanye. He's stupid and retarded, but he's still smarter than Rogan in every fucking way.
Yes, of course. That's
so
what I
when
mean
Rogan says this, Kanye's like, I had such high hopes. Turns out you're just as dumb as everybody else. I needed medication more than any man on this earth.
Like, he's crazy in that he's out there and says insane stuff, but he's not crazy as in so stupid he can't understand what's going on. Like, people treat him like someone who doesn't speak English and has no idea what's going on in the room.
Yeah, like a Polish person. Yeah.
And I wish I knew you better.
Listen.
Back then. Because I would have just had you exercise.
Wow, I wish I knew you better back then. Before they gave you meds, I would have just had you exercise. I never exercised before, not with professional weights.
Like he knows about exercise.
I think Kanye West knows about exercise. I mean, guys, he's been like on every cover of GQ and videos and fashion show. Like he's had muscles before. I would have shown you what it's like to exercise. I know what exercising is, Mr. Rogan. Look at his face. Oh, exercising. Oh, never thought of that. Black rappers never exercise. Black rappers are born more built than Joe Rogan. Like they come out of the womb bigger and they know everything about exercising. But Joe Rogan, I would have shown, oh, look at this face. Oh, exercising. Oh, you would have told me about, sit-ups are gonna, oh, yes, of course. A few push-ups would cure this. I understand now. So I think that's very insulting to the black community.
And you would never say that to anyone but Kanye.
Never.
That's what I mean. There's so many things that
have
people
you ever
say
heard of exercising? It releases. Yes, I have, sir. Actually, yeah, it's like Kanye's been in like films where he had to portray like a heavyweight champion. You know, he knows. I think he's certainly been in a few boxing flicks,
I
right?
think Kanye is more with it than Joe.
All right, let's see some more.
Yeah. So I still don't understand how they talk.
Cheers,
to
everybody, to
man. I
Kanye
wish I
West.
knew you better back then, because I would have just had you exercise. I would have had you. I would say so. Whatever he's doing.
Did you hear Kanye? Wait.
Like, you have to understand.
Kanye goes, another idiot. You know, he's always willing. I hope this next interviewer knows what I'm kind of talking about. And then he goes, it's the same old story here. And you can see here, I'll turn this up. I'll let the suicide doors. Listen to this.
Back then, because I would have just had you exercise. I would have had you. I would say so. Whatever he's doing.
The old exercise bit. I see. I'll get started on that right away, Mr. Rogan. As I was just born today. I mean, this is Kanye West from the future. Remember? He's past exercising. Turns out where he's from, exercising causes cancer. The exercising. There's a new way to be pure. In his world. Okay, where am I going next?
You could go to 134.10 if you want to see Kanye dressing Red Band.
Wow, this is crazy. The producer of this show, Brothers in Cursive, that I got tattooed on my arm, it's the shittiest show in production. I actually have a video called Red Band Fix the Damn Audio. Well, Red Band was seated at Jamie Vernon's desk. And by the way, what does Vernon make you think of? Is that his name, Jamie Vernon? Isn't that the guy from
Justin Vernon, the singer
There
of
you
Bon
go.
Iver.
But furthermore, let's pretend you don't know about Bon Iver. And Vernon? Vermin. So why don't we treat him like the rat? I'll go to Home Depot right now. Kumia, it's where Kumia's home was figured out. And I'll go to Home Depot and I'll get stuff like Raid and Animal Out. How about that? And I'll set up traps for my new Vernon. Oh, Jamie Vernon, it ain't what it used to be. Your life is just not what it used to be. I'm coming for you. As soon as I devise a plan to be, your fucking existence is over.
When you
legally,
search Vernon, the first thing that comes up is a South Korean rapper named Vernon17.
It's a disgusting name. You had Vern Troyer, Vern. There's nothing funny about that term. All right, let's see what happens here. This is he's going to talk to the Brothers in Cursive producer, Brian Redband.
And I'm not better than the person that's in coach, which is the reason why we were the only two that went through that. How do you segue off of this when I just go into this? Like, how do you even find...
Anytime there'd be some relief of the tension in the room, Rogan would go, ha, 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 wow, Kanye, ha, ha, ha. Is everything going right? Is everything going okay? See, we're laughing. He was spazzing the news.
He did a lot of table slapping.
Oh, Kanye. And it's like, Joe, that is a tension-breaking fake laugh because everything was so crazy. So here Joe is. You ever seen him laugh this loud? I mean, we've had all the top comics on. Jokes go right over Joe's thing, Joe's head. But as soon as Kanye comes on and lets some of the tension breathe, Joe is maniacally laughing like his DMT elf. Let's see what happens.
A question. what are you thinking over there right now?
There's no
loving this.
Yeah, there's no.
This is so great. Kanye goes, what are you thinking over there about how the performance is going? And Redban, I'm not kidding, gives McDonald's most famous quote, "I'm loving it." For lack of a better terms. What are the odds? Big fat fast food Redban. His quote on the Kanye West show, the one time he's speaking, who does he quote? Mickey D's "I'm loving it," he says. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, says the big fat fast food queen. Listen to that.
How do you segue off of this when I just go into this? Like, how do you even find a question? what are you thinking over there right now?
There's no.
Loving this.
I'm loving it. I'm loving this. Close enough.
This guy in the chat is arguing with me right
Oh,
now.
no.
About the exercise thing that we just talked about. He goes, that entire bit was stupid. He clearly was talking about an exorcism at Jules Felker. Are you kidding me?
Okay, ban the guy because he's trolling now. The guy's trolling.
Exercise.
The guy's trolling now. Ban him. He needs to be banned for that. You don't speak to my wife in that manner, ever. Whether you're trolling or
Not
stupid, you need to be killed. Whether you're a T or an R, you need to die. I want him out of there now. You could come back next show.
About the me part.
You could come back next show. It doesn't matter. I want him out, and I want you to listen. You could come back next episode. Full ban. They're all in agreement. Get him out now. Jules, now. She won't do it.
My fault.
She
no,
won't
okay,
do
fine.
it. I want the ban. You got enough. You got
I'm
4
just amazed
hours
that
of free
think that
red
Joe
bar.
could come up
You're
with
not
that.
allowed to hang out with us if you say something like that, whether it's a troll, a sick troll, or a retarded comment. Either way, it doesn't fly with me, the CEO of the show. Get him out, and everybody wants him out. We don't want to be surrounded by these people. This is different than a YouTube comment. This is my chat room.
I just can't believe that he thought Joe was doing a high-level troll on Kanye about his mental.
And him and his wife ban anyone that doesn't agree with him.
We can't handle
That's
criticism.
exactly fucking right. Do you understand? Why would we want to hang out with people that we disagree with? You crazy idiot. Maybe that's half your problem. Kanye's laughing. Heh heh heh. What is Kanye's mustache made out of? What do you call that thing? Pipe cleaner? If I ever went, can I go as Kanye West for Halloween, or is that committing a racial, heinous act of a hate crime? To go as Kanye West, my favorite artist of all time. Can I dress up like him, or is that a severely toxic crime against the black community? If I went as Kanye, I'd get one of those pipe cleaners. I'd bend it around my face. I wish we had a pipe cleaner right now. I'd paint it black, and I'd bend it around my face, and I'd say, hee hee hee, Kanye to the, oh yes, master, it's me. Is it racist to dress up as Kanye as a white person for Halloween? You're a big fan of Kanye, though. Keep that in mind. But when you trick or treat, you go ding dong. They go, oh, who are you? You go, I was a Kanye West, master, and I was one of them candy. Does that make it racist? She ain't listening. Back to this drawing board. Do you got a time code for me or anything here?
You can go to 2:12:45 if you want to hear Kanye speak Chinese.
Yes, 2:12:45 if Kanye mocks the Chinese people. What is the time code again?
2:12:45.
All right. Is everything okay there with that one guy?
I banned him, but I felt bad about it.
So you brought him back?
No, I didn't bring him back.
Oh, well, he could come back next show, but you got to learn a lesson here. We don't mess around here with this red bar.
Bring him back.
You don't mess around in front of Mike or Red Bar. Here you go. Here's some more.
Why I donated $100 million to James Terrell's Roden Crater.
Oh, wow.
Project. When I went to, this is like the 8th wonder of the world, but I saw spaces that we can exist in that would be helpful for our health, our well-being. These are healthier places for us to be. We need to be like almost like Terrellians. Like our life is like a Shakespearean. Like Shakespeare's
It's
written.
2:12:45, by the way.
Okay, that's okay. I like that Shakespeareans. Somebody in the chat when we were watching this live yesterday, they go, Shakespeareans, huh? Be a perfect funny novelty name for a shake joint that sells milkshakes. Shakespeareans. She ain't listening. I loved it. I thought it was great. 212 what?
I liked it.
I liked it.
212.45.
Here you go. Sorry, guy who came up with that yesterday. She thinks
it.
you're fucking nothing. You're no better than a no good Mexican to her. Let's hear some more. Let's hear this.
I spent time in China. I spent a year in China when I was in 5th grade. I used to speak Chinese. Like,
here we go.
Ma, shay, shay, ni. Like I
Yo, ma, shay, shay. Wish I could speak that way so elegantly, eloquently. Oh, ding, dang, dong, ding, dang, dong. Oh, the Chinese.
He's
I'm
so
already,
cute.
I feel sick. Give me a ginger pill, a gravel. I thought about the Chinese, please. Ooh, when I think about the Chinese, I could start smelling their horse shit fucking fried rice and that bull that they put into those boxes. Ugh, guys, enough with Chinese food. The people ain't worth it. They don't live up to the taste. Oh, I'm nauseated. You know the smell of old shrimp? They never clean that oil. They never clean the oil. Those woks, their sweat drips into the wok. Half that Chinese smell, that Chinese taste, that's sweat. They've lied to you. They go, oh, it's oh, that taste, it's MSG. Yeah, cancer-causing MSG. That's what it is. It's their sweat. Test sweat. Test MSG. Same chemical compound. Same chemical compound. You don't want that thrown at you in court. Imagine a court. Your Honor, same chemical compound. Oh, mia no no. Mia no no. It's sweat. That's why they're sitting up there. They're looking like Street Fighter 2. They're looking like Kung Fu Dragon. What was it? Double Dragon. Every guy at a Chinese restaurant looks like a guy from Double Dragon with the bandana and the ripped sleeves. And he's sweating over a wok. What do you think that smell is? It's not fish. Egg roll has a smell. Sweat. Ban him. I'm with Trump on this one. Get him out. And so Kanye agrees. This is what Kanye thinks of the Chinese when he sees them. Listen to this. When Kanye sees Chinese people, he goes, what are they thinking about? Could it be?
In 5th grade, I used to speak Chinese. Like, ni hao ma, shay, shay, ni. Like, I
That's it. Ni hao ma, shay, shay. Ni hao ma, shay, shay. Ni hao ma, shay, shay. Oh, shay, shay? Oh, yeah. It's one of the common words that I love. Shay, shay. Ni hao ma. Oh, I love that. Oh, no, I love ni hao ma. Oh, that's a real adult word. That's how I treat people from other languages now. Wow. Oh, yeah, nice adult. We have to Mia Mama, Chikataka, Tuku. Yep. Yeah, Jules, I've been taking them. Eat it. That's what I say to people now. Eat it. All right, give us another time code here. We did the Chinese voice. 225. Wow. Late in the day. And what's he going to do here? What's he going to do here?
Just another one of Joe being rude.
Joe being rude. Okay, let's see. 225. Let's see what he does.
This doesn't say something. It's like they kicked the superhero. You know what I'm saying?
They wanted control. It's the same thing they did with Tulsi Gabbard. But Bernie was interesting because he's this democratic socialist, because he's got these ideas that are scary to capitalism.
You know what's funny? Because I created the birthday party, which on the next election, what's going to happen is, I mean, you guys got 300 million viewers. You know, after this, it'll probably be 900 million because, you know, I run the stock up. You know,
but you just did a little bit of Bill Cosby in that neck.
Ooh, Joe. Kanye, this is the longest Kanye's laughed without instantly turning the laugh into a anger. What Kanye does, this is Kanye. Ha 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 ha! Nah. I just remembered that I don't laugh at anything. That's so anytime Kanye is laughing, just remember it comes with a brutal punishment at the end, which is a silence. Kanye's silence. You thought I was laughing. I would never.
A little bit of Bill Cosby in that neck.
Oh, Joe. Joe goes, we're getting along. Me, a white man, getting along with a black. Ah, it's perfect. It looks like our feed is cutting out again.
Oh,
tell them not to worry. Don't stay on. Just tell them not to worry here. The staff is being crazy. She's crazy with a razor. Razor with a crazy. We'll be right back. Anytime our stream jumps out, now you're listening to the pre-recorded. Just tell them, Jules, anytime the stream cuts out, give it a second. Do a refresh. It'll be right back for you. Nothing to fear. Nothing to worry about. It's just tell them nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. You can refresh now. It should be back up now. Tell them to refresh a few times. It'll might have to catch up like that. It's really no big deal. And you know this, Logan. Mac. We are back. It's just a goof. Just a goof. And let me know when we are back. Should we go to our next time code here, Julia?
There's more coming on this one.
There's more coming on this. I'm going to continue to play now that we're all back. No one ever fear when we go away. You just hit a simple refresh. Are we back? We're waiting. We're waiting on the word. It looks like we are back here at headquarters. We're up, someone says. Another guy says, I'm very scared. A frozen mic is still better than a moving Rogan. Thank you very much. A lot of people watch our show on pause for hours. Are we back now? We're back. There we go. And everyone's back. They're really having a good time, they say. Let's watch the rest of this little clip from Joe Rogan. Are we back or no? You don't know.
It's not back for me, but
really?
If it's back for other people,
not back for you. Very interesting. Why don't you turn your laptop around so I can see what you're working with here? Oh, wow. Give a whole refresh on that page. Why don't you close that page, open up a new one? Let me know what happens here, because that looks like a separate issue. There you go. And just open that back up. We'll wait till Jules is back on board. Her web page isn't loading, the entire web page. So we're waiting on that. And Cameron Malik, if you're out there, maybe you could message Cameron. Look, we're getting a gateway timeout. Don't refresh. No one refresh now. Can you message?
No.
No. We're getting a gateway timeout. I will message Cameron now. Cameron, Jules is getting I know Cameron's working on the site right now. He probably screwed it up. Gateway timeout. Is the site okay? We're switching over our website. I'm still talking in a calm voice for everyone. We're switching over our website. Cameron Malik is the only web developer who does the heavy lifting during the live shows. We'll see what he says. So again, everyone's very calm, calmer than her. Lots of people refreshing, lagging out our site, I think. So everyone's back. And maybe if you refresh one more time, don't refresh if you're at home. They're saying thousands of refreshes at once are lagging it out. So Jules is waiting. Maybe try a separate browser from now on. Oh, look, wait, you're coming back. Jules is back on board, and she's so happy. You should see her face. I've never seen her so happy. She was crying. She was crying, and she was ripping at her breasts and pulling her nipples back and forth and rubbing herself. And now she's so happy. She's so happy. So we're sorry about that whole break, but Santino does a MeUndies ad for 15 times the length of that little stutter. You're still getting a lot for your money here at Red Bar. Is everything okay now, Jules?
Seems to be.
Great. You want to guide us through this Rogan clip? We're just going to continue here now.
Yeah, you can keep
going. Here you go. Back to Joe Rogan and Kanye. All right, here you go, guys. Going. We're really sorry about that hiccup. Here you go.
No doubt.
Jello pudding.
Exactly.
So,
got me sweating.
This is a long rant, but I really would like to talk to you about specific things.
Okay.
I mean, it was a beautiful long symphony.
But there's a cap on it.
See that? Kanye West goes, I don't do rants, I do symphonies, earlier in the show. And Joe's like, this was a really long rant. I mean symphony. Joe, that's panderment to the umpth degree. People say that. I've heard people say that. You don't start symphony. What you're doing is a symphony. Everybody, like the Symphony Hershey bar, that level of symphony, $1 more than the regular Hershey bar, still waxy. We talking the symphony with almonds. Symphony bar came out. This was a higher end chocolate. When I was a kid, my grandma started buying them. You had a blue version that I believe came with almonds and a red version that was just the milk chocolate. It was hard to find I might have those backwards. It was hard to find the milk chocolate version, and my grandmother knew I liked Symphony. She'd buy the wrong one time and time again with the almonds. kids don't want almonds in their chocolate. In fact, adults don't really want almonds in their chocolate. It doesn't add, it distracts. It is a...
They're too hard.
Put chocolate where the almond is. They're trying to get out cheap. I don't like that, especially cheap chocolate mixed with a regular almond. Disgusting. Disgusting. I don't even think almonds are good. To me, almonds are no different than a woman's nails. You want to eat that? A woman's nail that's filled in and doubled. Do you understand?
Wait, but you gotta go back.
I gotta
5
hear this.
seconds
Okay, back
to
5
hear
seconds.
what he said.
Joe
What
says
Joe says at
symphony.
the end.
Ah! I like when Kanye thinks he's having a good time, but it's really one of his top 10 worst times. Let's hear this.
So,
This is a long rant, but
Listen.
I really would like to talk to you about specific things.
Okay.
I mean, it was a beautiful long symphony.
but there's a
Put a cap on it.
there's a pop. We don't.
Let's put a cap on it, he says. Joe Rogan got the terms messed up. People are saying they don't like almonds in their stuff. Caramel better than almonds. A Hershey's almond, too, is a man-made, factory-farmed almond. Not even real. They make it out of wood. That's wood. Those grooves are perfect in a Hershey's almond.
It's true.
That's made out of pure wood. It's sanded.
And it has a little like veneer
I hate an almond. You know,
coating on the outside.
an almond is a tooth. No different. Do you eat teeth? No. Okay, Joe Rogan just did something crazy to Kanye. What did he do?
He
oh
told
my
him
God,
to
look
put a
at
cap
Kanye's.
on it. And
He told Kanye to put a cap on it. So Joe Rogan meant, let's put a bow on this and let's recap. He meant recap and put a bow on this.
Yeah.
But he said, let's just put a cap on this.
which is rude as
Which
hell.
means, like, shut the fuck up. So this was really stupid. This shows how boneheaded this MMA loser is. Remember, he's 2'2". His muscles are as big as a golf ball. His biggest muscle is as round as a golf ball. So let's hear that again. This is a real stupid, idiotic idiot.
No doubt.
Jello pudding.
Exactly.
So,
This is a long rant, but I really would like to talk to you about specific things.
Okay.
I mean, it was a beautiful long symphony.
But there's a
Put a cap on it.
There's a pop. We don't use the word cap. We don't use the word cap here.
Maybe.
Okay,
put
where-
an end note.
Whoa! He's embarrassed. He feels shame. He got beta cocked in his own tube. He's an idiot. What a beta! What a beta! What a fool! What an egg! Look at you. How shameful must it feel to say something wrong to Kanye like that? You are a pussy. Let's see that. Ooh, Joe Rogan want to put a cap on me. I knew he thinks I'm a Sharpie. Which is a bad word for a black person. You think I'm a black, fine-tipped Sharpie. Or a fat boy. I knew it. I knew it. Oh my God. Have you ever examined Kanye's little sticks down here? These are like.
They're so cute. I think he
Oh
looks
my
like he has
God.
soft, loving hands.
Oh God. This looks like the thing in Italy, right? When I touch his fingertip to my fingertip. Look.
Yeah.
Black
Adam
and white.
touching God.
His fingers, I've never looked this closely. What are those pink nails and a purple? Those are little peepees. Each one of my fingers is one of my kids' peepee. Look at that. Imagine this going deep down into your mouth, a black finger like that.
I can imagine it.
You can! I've never seen anything like that. Let's see what Joe says next. Oh. I'm opening up popcorn time. Here you go.
Maybe.
Okay,
put an end note.
Oh, an end note as you look down in your Henley. A hen note. All right, what do we got next here?
Okay, next you can go to 244.40.
244.40.
This is almost the end. Kinda.
Yeah, this
This
is going to
is
be crazy. And what's
when
this
Joe
one about?
interrupts Kanye to ask him serious questions about his presidential
Oh, yeah.
run.
I remember this. Kanye was finally getting comfortable and telling us some stuff about himself that I found interesting. And Joe shut it down, taking his direct orders from Spotify quizzing him on political stances and ideologies. Here you go. This is unreal.
Programming music. I got a longer story about that, but I know you want to ask me some more serious stuff. So, ding.
Okay, Dave, this is a big one. The military. If you really did...
It's an old version of Popcorn Time. If I open it, I could prove this. It's probably 8 years old. I haven't used the app in a long time. We do not torrent here.
We buy.
We moved up from torrenting, stopped about 4 years ago, to be honest. We buy it all. I buy $30 editions of movies that we never watch for the extras. All right? There is no Popcorn Time. If I open that app right now, the only reason I'm afraid, maybe I was trying to download some sex thing that pops up. So I don't know. I'm not going to willingly open that for you. But if I did and I went to About, it'll show you the version history years old. So ain't nobody using Popcorn Time around here. I'll show you Popcorn Time. Where I throw kernels into your eyes and salt you. I assault people with popcorn. It's not a crime.
It's a good one.
Here you go.
Become president when you do become president.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You're going to have to.
So Joe Rogan is such a cuck. He goes, if you become president, I'm so sorry. When you do become president, like he's fully going into, I'm going to sit there while a black man fucks my wife and I'll sit there on the couch and I'll go, oh no, but I'll lick the black balls as it goes into my wife's ass. I'll sit there on the couch while a Negro, and this isn't me saying it. There is a porn out there called, and I'm not kidding, this is me quoting a sick fucking porn. Look it up if you could find it. We covered it on the show once. It's called, Jules, are you ready for this? Because this is going to be a blast to your immune system. It's called, Oh No, There's a Negro in My Daughter. Yep. Not just racist, daughter related. Have you seen this porn? So a dad walks in, his daughter's getting butt fucked by a black guy. And the dad goes, what is going on? And proceeds to watch the whole time while the black guy fucks his daughter. And he sits there and goes, you're my little baby girl. What have you done? That's how Joe's being to Kanye West right now. Watch this.
The military. If you really did become president, when you do become president.
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes.
That's a dick sucking.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly. Stupid idiot. What is the president? All right, is there more here to this part?
You could see Kanye do a long pause.
Coming up.
You're going to have to deal with hostile governments. You're going to have to deal with hostile militaries and dictators. You know, people in other countries.
Here you go.
In other countries that don't have a value of human life, and throughout history, we've had immense problems because of that, because of military conflicts. How do you think you will approach that?
Kanye's breath.
Yeah. Look at Kanye. And they cut back to like the only photo of George Floyd. Like it might as well just cut to that one picture of George Floyd we have. Wouldn't that be a funny edit? Joe Rogan and Kanye highlights, and it's Joe talking, and then it just cuts to the George Floyd photo photoshopped in the red background here. See if you can get that. I'd like to see that video, regardless of its virality. If you could show me that, that'd be very good. But look at Kanye. He don't care.
I mean, you will be the commander-in-chief of the greatest army the world has ever known. If you're in that position and we have to deal with some sort of a military action with China, what if China takes over Taiwan? What if they invade Taiwan? What if something happens with Syria? What if something happens with Iran? What if something happens with Russia?
This isn't Pink Trip.
And
this is real.
Have to make decisions about military action. Have you thought about this?
Yes, I would. I have to say again, like COVID, I'm a civilian, and people can have all their perspectives that they could have of what they would do in that situation, but I would have the greatest professionals on the planet, the most skilled people that have all the experience that would present the information, and I would make the most sound, rational decisions, and I would follow God's will in my approach.
Perfect. There you go. A perfect president. Finally.
You're good at 24800.
24800. And I'm not kidding. I'm like actually considering voting for him, and Joe Rogan taught me how. Wait till you see this.
It's very transactional. It's and
fuck.
I just said a prayer in this situation.
No, you didn't.
That was so cute.
I'm gonna do that. The next time I ain't got nothing, like ask me a question that I can't answer.
Hey, Mike, what porns were you downloading on Popcorn Time?
What porns? I just prayed. So
Works perfectly. You're out of it.
yes.
Situation. This isn't.
You said a prayer because of what? What motivated you to say a
Wait.
prayer?
Oh, you said a prayer because of what? Watch.
I just said a prayer in this situation. This isn't.
You said a prayer because of what? What
Because of what? Okay, never in my life has someone followed up with one of my bullshit stopping prayers. So I did a stopping prayer. You'd think anyone in their right mind would go, oh, he don't have an answer. He's fake praying to cover this up. Maybe move on. I've never in my life had to think of what I was praying about. Private answer? Do I say private answer? Do I say that's private? I do not know. Let's see what he does.
motivated you to say a prayer right there? The seriousness, the significance of this subject?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. The seriousness. Thank you. Moving on. I've got a shoe company. No?
Ugh, Kanye is so cute.
I love Kanye. Sweet guy. And we've got some more from Joe
I
Rogan.
want to shrink down half my size,
Okay,
put on the
well, no,
same
let's
hoodie
stop right
as him,
there.
and
No,
for
there'll be
him
no
to
shrinking.
hold
We really
me
can't.
in his arms,
Actually,
rocking
no,
me while
no,
we're
I
both
don't really
wearing
want him
the
in
same
the house.
hoodie.
And, okay. Do we have the final time
This
codes
is the
here?
big finale.
The
We
big
got
finale coming up, folks.
2:24:15, the end where Joe reveal. Oh, sorry, 2:54:15.
Wow, look at that. 54. Studio 54 coming up.
This is where Joe makes it clear that he doesn't know anything about Kanye at all.
All right, let's see what happens here. Joe don't know nothing about the black community. Let's watch this.
That mentality as a leader, fearless, God-fearing, we will heal. We will show
watched,
the world
maybe
what
he was talking.
America should be, the dream.
You said all this shit, all the things that you've said, in the most non-politician way I've ever heard anybody describe these things.
Okay. Oh, really?
He loves-
Non-politician? I fucking hope so. Look at this. You just said this in the most non-politician. I'll take that as a compliment. Put the suicide doors up. I threw suicide on October. I threw suicide on project. Know what that mean? I fly that mo rapper weight level ain't at my tape level. Turn the bay up till it up. I actually recorded that. You want to see this again? And I'm not making fun of Kanye.
Of course not.
I'm protecting him.
Should be, the dream.
You said all this shit, all the things that you've said, in the most non-politician way I've ever heard anybody describe these things. I know you really mean these things. This is it's resonating with me that you're being 100% honest and natural.
Oh,
And-
does Bard know about that? Bard just killed himself. You could attend his funeral tomorrow at Wickman's Funeral Home down in South Jersey. Bard from Spotify just took his own life. as Joe Rogan endorses Kanye West for president coming up here. Joe Rogan, in a panicked state, afraid of the black men across from him, afraid of Kanye West, decides in a scrambled panic that he is now fully endorsing him for president, bends over backwards in a butt-fucked manner. You want to talk about Richard Spencer, you want to talk about Nick Fuentes, they don't even have a take this dark. Joe Rogan just basically voluntarily opened his ass and did the unthinkable by telling millions of people, maybe 100 million people in finality, to vote for Kanye West and that he's such a great guy. Wait till you see what he does here out of pure scramblement.
Resonating with me that you're being 100% honest and natural. And that's what we're
His
missing.
heavy breathing is
politics
insane.
today. I mean, it's one of the things that made people excited about Trump, is at least he was an alternative to the political talk. He was an alternative to politician speak, where you know they're being dishonest and disingenuous, but you just accept it. You know they're reading things that have been written by speechwriters, but you just accept it because it says the things that you want to hear. It checks the boxes that'll say, okay, you got my vote. What you're saying, though, is what you really feel and you really think, and you're not saying it like a politician. And that's what's going to resonate, and people are going to be mad at me. If you get if you become president, they go,
If you get president, he wanted to say. If you get president. That's a lower form thinking than even the blacks say about it.
That entire time.
This is a black guy. Get president? You mean become president? Now I'm correcting language. As a black. When you get president, listen, this gets worse.
You made Kanye West seem likable. You turned him into
Okay, this is bad. Now, this is actually what racism is all about. Joe Rogan thinks that this sickening display of letting Kanye repeat his same 4 stances on dumbacy,
which I like,
which we like, he thinks, I finally made Kanye West likable. No one else could have done it. Listen to this in full. You're going to puke.
And that's what's going to resonate. And people are going to be mad at me. If you become president, they go, you made Kanye West seem likable. You turned him into the fucking president. It made him seem like a rational choice for president. This conversation exposes a side of you that I don't think anybody's ever seen before.
Oh, really, dude? Oh, let's jerk all the kids.
It's like, what side of Kanye
this
do you
conversation
think that people like?
Are you out of your mind? And even Kanye's gone, this I've been in every interview in the whole world.
Like, he's been around for 20 years doing this type of interview the whole time, and it can be
And Joe
seen.
says, finally, people will see you as a human being, not a donkey.
Like,
finally, people will see you as more than a slave. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
But so he's never heard any Kanye speak before, ever? And he knows nothing about him?
No. Isn't that crazy? Hold on, we got some great stuff coming up. All right, let's see. He's going to get worse. The pandemic gets worse. Here you go.
President, this conversation...
They're all saying, wow, LOL. Whenever people say LOL, it means you fucked up. If you're on the screen and people are saying LOL, you're in trouble.
Joe. Not Kanye.
Kanye, you're never in trouble. You have a home here. I never had one of those before. What's that, a home? Nah, bad. Blindside.
Exposes a side of you that I don't think anybody's ever seen before. And a long-form conversation where you realize that you are a visionary. You do have these ideas.
They just realize it now? This is the first time anyone's ever liked me? I am like the top musician of ever. Me, Beatles, Elvis, Kim, North. But now they just realizing, okay. Have you ever seen the work I've done with Jay-Z? So Joe is so out of it. He thinks, finally, people are going to go, oh my God, Kanye West. Maybe I'll look into him, see what he's about.
Real. You're not posing. This is not bullshit. This is who you are. And your well thought out response, particularly to the idea of military conflict, it's very impressive, man.
Very impressive, man. Very impressive, man. I can't believe you were able to talk. Joe, everything you said was insane. Why? You're very impressed? That would be like very impressed that a monkey was able to.
That's what I mean.
Be on a show.
Everybody treats him like.
This is very impressive. You were able to sit here without clawing at my skin in a rampage. What did you expect? It wasn't very impressive, by the way. He said awful things all show. He had to pray when he ran out of lies. It wasn't very impressive unless you consider Kanye to be that of a rat, the intelligence of a coon.
I know.
So what was so impressive about this display of stupidism that you sat through telling Kanye? And wait, Zizi, this gets worse.
Praise God. I'm glad I did that prayer.
Brother, listen, we're 3 hours into this. Let's wrap.
Even Kanye knows that prayer was retarded. Okay, whatever you say, I guess I've done worse, so.
But he's laughing because Joe's
Have you seen my work on Power 92? It's also stupid and dumb.
This up on a beautiful high note. So
Watch
people
this.
can write you in if they.
Okay, this is crazy. This is where Joe didn't know how to wrap it up, so he decides to completely placate Kanye and treat him like a bird. So he decides to teach us a lesson on how to, and get this, write a name. Not only is Kanye so stupid, but watch this. Joe fully endorses Kanye and teaches his dumbest of retard fans how to properly vote him into office. Spotify's worst dang nightmare. Watch this. You're not going to believe it. Our finale has never been more. Finally, watch this.
Into this. Let's wrap this up on a beautiful high note. So people can write you in if they want to, and we have a video on that.
Oh, a multimedia presentation on how, if you're too stupid to see write in at the bottom, we're going to teach you how. And that's basically, so when you're at the ballots, when you're at the voting center, so what I want you to do is, you know that paper? Look down. Scroll to the bottom. It might be 6 boxes lower than Trump and Biden. And what I want you to do is scroll down. It's going to say write in. What you want to do there is, it's called writing, and you want to use a pen or whatever they tell you to use, a number 2 pencil, and you write K. So it's a letter. It's one stick, a slash up, and a slash down. And then an A, which is a upside down V with a lot. This is really what he's going to do. Watch this shit.
Brian? Yeah. So Brian will play this video on how they can write you in.
This is impulsive, which means repulsive around here.
How to write in Kanye West on your ballot. Now, for people that are watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to watch this, and on Spotify, you'll be able to watch this. But if you're just listening,
look at.
You just got to go down to the part where it says or write in.
Spotify is like, what? This is Spotify. Okay, you could have Kanye in. Whatever you do, don't make it easy for people to vote for him. We really don't want to lose votes. They're all going to go to Trump. So if you could just, he's like, oh yeah, of course, I would never. And then here's cut to Joe Rogan. So